Preview time for the 7th, and it's a turf event, and it's over 1,400 metres for the Class 4s. Country Boy's a last start winner. It means he carries an extra £8 for it, up to 133. Fighting Star comes across from Happy Valley to Sha Tin. Jade Phoenix wears a tongue tie for the first time. Green Envy, all of his wins have been course and distance. That's 3 of them, and he's had 2 trials since his last appearance. Mr Alden's back in trip from the 16 to the 1,400 metres. Durham Star draws barrier number 11 for the 3rd time in a row. Buchan has the blinkers on, and Smart Folks eligible for Class 5. He did race wide here on the 3rd of February, Tom.
Good to slow the prediction here with the Jade Phoenix tongue tie goes on first time with him. He has led in the past, Smart Folks. He has raced handy enough but didn't have a lot of luck last start. Solar partner Paul too would come across maybe from barrier 12. He had 11 last start.
Yeah, look, he hasn't got much choice. He went forward last time. I think they'll probably go forward again when he was beaten favourite. Oriental Smoke, the current favourite, should get himself into a nice enough position.
Durham Star rattled home at his last 2. He hasn't been with Douglas White for too long. Lyle Hewitson takes the ride. Lyle wears a gear change too in the Zoom update. He wears the earplugs.
Lyle, Durham Star has been running extremely well recently. He's only had 2 runs for Douglas White. You're on board once again, and I guess both you and Douglas will be hoping that he can go that little bit closer to getting the win.
Yeah, for sure. He's a horse that's obviously been in great form. He's taking his racing really well. Dougie's assured me that every time he's come home from races, he's straight to the manger. And I think that just shows signs of a happy horse who's enjoying his racing, and the results are speaking for themselves.
He goes up in trip this weekend, Lyle, to 14. He has run a couple of times over 14 with his previous stable. Do you and Douglas both feel that that's probably the trip that he wants now, given the way he's been running his races?
He definitely gives that impression. He's got a lovely long action on him too, and he settles really well. Sometimes horses can be an enigma and they actually just love racing like that. But I do feel, and Dougie as well, that he will appreciate the extra furlong. He's an easy horse to ride as well. So, yeah, in our opinion, it should be to his liking.
And I guess it might be perhaps a slight positive against a negative, but he's drawn gate number 11, Lyle, for the 3rd time in succession. I mean, if he didn't have bad luck with the barriers, he probably wouldn't have any luck with them. Yeah,
it's really unfortunate. You know, I think both his last 2 starts, although he's ended up with a great run of the race, to be fair, it's just probably too little too late, and he's having to make up the ground. So it's not ideal. If we could have a draw 4, for example, we'd take it happily. But yeah, we've been gifted the 11 draw for the 3rd time in a row. But like I said, he's running well, and hopefully just being the 1,400, he can nullify the draw and get there in time this time.
And Douglas has got this knack of sort of changing headgear, tweaking headgear around with horses and getting results. He's put a cross noseband on him his last twice. Just from your point of view in riding him on those couple of occasions, do you feel that has helped the horse go through his races?
To be fair, I mean, I don't know him any different. So, look, he is running well. So I'm sure that it's not hindering him, if anything. But like I said, he's an easy horse to ride. He's a pleasure. So I don't think it's there to help control him or anything, but it's definitely benefiting him in some way. And like you say, Dougie's got a knack for doing such things, and I'll leave it in his hands. He keeps doing what he's doing.
And just on Douglas, obviously you're a fellow countryman of yours. Great to see him get that Group 1 win last weekend. Always, it must fill a jockey like yourself, Lyle, with plenty of confidence riding for a man like Douglas, whose horses are going well.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where, you know, no matter what the form of a horse is like, a stable that's in such hot form and a trainer that's training with a lot of confidence, you sort of get on horses and just expect them to run well, regardless of what the paper might say. So, yeah, it definitely gives you as a rider a bit more confidence and allows you to ride the horses a bit more freely and trust that they're going to perform their best.
So there he is, Lyle, with those very flash-looking headphones on he's wearing. OK, more important things. We'll move on to our next replay here, Paul. Gee, Country Boy's overcoming some bad barriers, but what about up in weight? You've had Solar Partner in recently too.
Yeah, I like Solar Partner. I've got him in as a Quinella horse. Country Boy goes in as well. He's just on a monoline because he has to carry this extra weight. But both these horses are going pretty well at the moment. Fortunately for Solar Partner, he just can't draw a gate.
No, he can't. He's out wide again, but he's likely to be somewhere at the end. Country Boy goes, and he's put on 31 pounds, the horse, after this last start effort. Been back to Chungfa and trialled, so he's handling his racing well at the moment, and in the end it was pretty easy at the line for Country Boy.
He is at the top of the weights. Alexi Bedell takes the ride once again. Oriental Smoke, Tom's been good at his 2 starts. He's bumped into Whiz Kid and Galaxy Witness. His starts haven't been perfect. That's the only negative you can find with him.
Yeah, he was a little bit awkward on debut when he was heavily backed at a 2.7. His favourite was 2.7 last start. Still had a lot of ground here to make up, and in the end was beaten 1 1/4. He was just behind the winner here, Paul. It looks quite good, but he was still seen making good ground at the end.
Yeah, I remember David Hayes has said before that 1,000-metre first up run of his that Derek Long had suggested that the horse would be a miler. So he ran well again at 1,200, so the step up to 14 looks a natural progression.
And finally, Paul, Pleclone here and Vucan with those blinkers going on.
Yeah, look, Vucan's been a little bit disappointing, so they're trying the blinkers. We'll see if that helps from him. He's got a reasonable draw too, so he should be able to get into a nice position from barrier number 4. And Pleclone, he gets back, he runs on strongly. Both these horses are on the cusp, but didn't quite make it in.
Yeah, I put Vucan in. He was backed in the market again last start and made a lot of ground down the outside with General Winner. And Vucan took a lot of early riding in the early part of that race and looked a little bit one-paced over the final stages. But Pleclone only just missed there.
He did. On Point was the horse that just clung on to victory. Speaking of victory, Paul, who gets it in race number 7?
I think coming up to 1,400 metres looks pretty good for Oriental Smoke, so he's going to go on top for me. Solar Partner, look, he's just got to overcome the straw, but look, a win's close for this horse. He's run pretty well in most of his starts. Golden Empire was impressive, winning 2 starts ago. A little bit disappointing as a 1.7 favourite last time, but from barrier 1 he'll get his opportunity, and Country Boy up in weight. 3, 7, 2, 1.
3, 1, 10 and 11. I'll settle as well with Oriental Smoke for David Hayes and Zach Pertnoff for 2 good second placings. Hard to leave out Country Boy the way he's going, just has to carry the extra weight. Durham Star gets you again after that last start effort behind Miracle Victory, and Pleclone in as well. 3, 1, 10 and 11.
Country Boy, they go again because he's the favourite early in betting for that race. He's at 3.9.